I've been thinking a lot lately about different things to make for dinners, and I kind of want something that I don't make a lot or I haven't made before at all. And beef stroganoff popped into my mind, and now I can't stop thinking about it. And a few days ago, I was just casually browsing the pages of my latest Bon Appetit, and it's a sign. I opened it to this exact page. Beef stroganoff. And it looks real good too. It doesn't look like a traditional stroganoff. I need to have it. So that's what I'm gonna make. I'm excited about this one. I will leave the link below in the description if you want to follow along with the recipe, but I am tweaking it just a little bit. I don't do mushrooms, so yeah, it is quite traditional for beef stroganoff to have mushrooms, but I'm not into it. And I don't have some of the ingredients here, but I'm going to make some substitutions. I'll make it my own. Let's go. Going to start with my steak. This recipe uses skirt steak, which I am very excited about because I love skirt steak and it cooks really fast. So I'm just going to salt and pepper both sides of this very well. I've got my skillet heating up on the stove on like medium-high heat, and I'm going to cook this probably a couple minutes on each side, just a flash in the pan. I want this like a medium rare. I don't want this all the way cooked. While our steak is doing its thing, I'm going to get my garlic and shallots ready. I'm going to chop up some green onions for later, nice and pretty, since these are going to be just finishing the dish. All right. I think the steak is done. Just pulled my steak out, got some really good color on there. I'm just going to let them rest now, and I will slice after. You want to let your steaks rest for at least 10 minutes so the juices can redistribute back in there. If you cut it right now, everything's gonna leak out and she'll be dry. We don't want that. Back over here on the stove, I just cleaned out my pan a little bit. Going to cook my shallots for a few minutes until they soften. Gonna add my garlic. Let this cook for about a minute. Add my tomato paste. Cook this in here. Whenever you add tomato paste to something in a pan, you really want to cook it for a couple minutes so it gets rid of that kind of raw flavor. I'm going to sprinkle in a couple of tablespoons of flour. Cook that flour off. Oh, you know what? I didn't deglaze my pan. Dang it. It'll be fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Glaze this pan a bit. All the yummy juicy bits are coming out from the bottom. Going to put in my beef stock. Now I'm going to bring this up to a simmer, and I'm going to cook this for 10-15 minutes or so while it thickens. And it's at this point where I will kind of give one of my substitutes here. Since I don't have fish sauce, I'm going to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce and a little bit of soy sauce. I'll let this go until it gets nice and thick. And in the meantime, I'm going to boil my water because beef stroganoff needs egg noodles. So that's what we're gonna make. My noodles are almost ready, so I am going to temper this sour cream just a little bit because I want to put this into the sauce. But I don't want to put it right in because it might be funky. When you get dairy and hot together, it gets iffy. So I'm just going to put a little bit of the sauce in there, mix it through, and kind of temper the sour cream. Then I'm going to put this into the sauce, and it will make it just even more luscious and creamy than it already is. That sauce is good. Last thing is my steak. So I want to cut it against the grain and I want to cut it thin. Don't forget to, you know, test it. I love steak. Let's plate before I eat any more of this. I've got my hot buttered egg noodles. Can we talk about this sauce? Look at how creamy and velvety it is. Oh my gosh. This is going to go. Do I want to put some steak before? I'm going to splash some of the steak in here. I really want it to look like the picture. And then just spoon that sauce. Give it a bath. And finish it off with our green onions. That is a beautiful plate of food. It's beef stroganoff with a little bit of a twist, served piping hot. Ooh, I gotta eat this. Now, I feel like this is a perfect day for this. It is raining, it's dark, it's cold-ish, and this is comfort food. Look at that. Time to dig in. Gotta get the noodles and the beef and all that sauce. That is so good. It came together in less than half an hour. Wow, you have to make this. Enjoy.